We're shooting down your questions one by one here at the 2025 SHOT Show. So a question comes from an officer in Iowa. I was on patrol one day, and the city officer that was on duty had a short chase that ended in an arrest. When I arrived, the city officer had the suspect handcuffed, had put him in the back of her patrol vehicle. The vehicle was in the roadway and needed to be towed. But prior to towing, I asked the officer if she wants to do a quick inventory of the vehicle. Another officer that was there said that case law has made it so we're not able to do inventory anymore. And the city officer was concerned about finding other illegal items such as narcotics. I did advise her if she finds narcotics, she could stop her inventory and get a search warrant. Is there case law in the state of Iowa that has restricted law enforcement from doing inventory anymore? Or can you provide case law that confirms or declines this? Iowa has become more restrictive on their ability to do inventories out there. The case called State versus Ingram. This is from 2018. Essentially, they stopped a car for traffic violations. The plates didn't match the vehicle, and the officers were going to inventory the vehicle. Well, they ended up inventorying it. Ingram said, hey, there's nothing of value inside that car. Nothing need to worry about it. Officers fine. They end up searching there's a black cloth bag inside, kind of, I think, on the driver's floorboard. And they find narcotics inside there, end up charging Ingram for that. In order for us to do this inventory in the state of Iowa, there's a few things. And a quote from that case says, officers must provide alternate options, including park and lock options on nearby streets, or parking lots, or calling a friend or third party to drive the vehicle away. Is there another way to take the burden off of this inventory, take the burden away from this person's vehicle being towed that's reasonable? Is there somebody else there? Then it's reasonable that they take the car and the police don't. And the courts also address there's going to be a necessity at times where we're going to have to tow this vehicle. Like it's in the scenario, the officer said, well, we have to tow it. It's blocking roadways. Someone can't respond in a timely amount of time here. And in doing so, what the court is looking for is consent from the person that owns that vehicle to search any closed containers inside that vehicle. And so the training point that came from this is impounding a vehicle following a traffic stop. Again, if there's no other alternative in it, there's you can't do something else. Any opening of containers within the vehicle by police during an inventory search must be done with consent that is knowing and voluntary, and under the state constitutional provision prohibiting unreasonable search and seizure. So we've got to ask. We've got to ask. And if we don't get that consent from them, essentially the liability is now on the owner of that vehicle.